With the Nuketown Block Party event, there is a brand new animated event camo that we can unlock just by earning some XP. And what better way to earn some XP than knocking out a decent chunk of camos to get us closer to Dark Spine? And this is definitely not the first time this has been said, but these XP events are a little lackluster, but the rewards this time around are actually pretty decent. However, I do wish there were a few changes with the actual camo. I mean, it's all right. I don't have it unlocked, obviously, yet, so I can't really criticize it too much. But I kind of wish that what they gave us for that like premium tier blueprint for the FFAR, I wish that was more of the camo pattern, that retro futuristic, like aquamarine, like light blue metal type thing, like the different kind of metal, or the kind of metal that they had on the car in the original Nuketown, would have been a nice, simple, simplistic camo that I think a lot of people would have enjoyed, you know, instead of just having it on a blueprint and then getting this nuked out camo or whatever it's called for the event. But overall, the rewards for this event aren't too bad, and I kind of just needed the excuse to go ahead, hop into multiplayer and actually try to get some camos done, because I've really been putting off multiplayer a lot this year. Don't ask me why, because I don't even know why, because multiplayer in this game isn't even too bad. But I'm finally gonna settle in here, you know, dig my feet in and set a goal for myself. I want to be able to have dark matter in this game before COD Next, which I think is happening on the 30th of September. And at the time of recording this, it's the 8th. And throughout this entire game's life cycle, I've only gotten 27 weapons diamond in multiplayer, and I still need to get up to 33 total and then get all those weapons all the way up through Dark Spine into Dark Matter. So I would say I'm about halfway there on the camo grind in the grand scheme of things. And in the next 20 or so days, I need to go and get Dark Matter done. So I'm gonna knock out a decent chunk right here. And if you're wondering where the face cam's at, I am still sick with the flu or the cold or whatever, so we're kind of rocking without it, but I am getting better. Voice is still a little bit affected, but we should be chilling. If I start dying a lot, I'm gonna blame it on that, but for the most part, we're getting better. And it has been a while since we've done one of these multiplayer videos, and the main part of these multiplayer videos for me is basically giving me something to do while I can yap about football, and we'll get into that. We'll get into our Gamer Guide's sports talk segment in a minute. But before we get to that, I saw this pointed out on Twitter, and a lot of people didn't see the comparison, but this part of Jackpot right here, the new map added in with Season 5 Reloaded, is kind of an homage to Kino with the whole backstage area here. And it's not an exact like one-to-one recreation, but you can definitely see the similarities, right? Like, it's not just like, oh, it's just a stage and a backstage. This is pretty similar here with the whole dressing room and everything. Like, come on. You gotta see the resemblance. If I've learned anything from posting clips on Twitter, is that everyone will see it in a completely different way. It's like the whole gold and blue dress thing from back in the day. Because when I posted a little clip of me finding like an Easter egg trigger in zombies, people are telling me that I was crazy, you know, schizophrenia POV. And how I was hearing things when I heard the Easter egg completion sound go off. But it turns out that was the start of the Deadshot Easter egg on the Reckoning that hadn't been found yet. So I'm going to go ahead and say that I can see the comparison between this and Kino, and definitely the little like reference here. It's not as like one-to-one as we've gotten for some other zombies references in multiplayer maps. Like I think in Vanguard, they actually had the whole starting room to shadows on one of the maps, which was pretty cool. But it still is kind of neat for something like this. And, you know, as the zombies fan that I am, I'm going to find a way to complain about it. This just really makes me wish that we had some sort of onslaught game mode in this game. I've been begging for onslaught to come back since like MW3, because in MW3 we had all those, you know, zombies themed versions of multiplayer maps for like, you know, the zombies multiplayer mode that they had going on with like the ray gun as a kill streak or whatever. And I think just having something like onslaught on a bunch of these other multiplayer maps that honestly don't even get played a whole lot because people just want to play on Stakeout and Nuketown all the time would kind of spice up zombies for a bit. It would, you know, add a different way to camo grind. It would add a different way to go for XP for an event like this. And I don't know, just having different options wouldn't be too terrible. I don't think it would be that much development time to put in to have zombies on some of these maps, these multiplayer maps, but I don't know. I'm not a dev. I don't know anything. I'm just a guy. I barely even know how to read, so it could be insanely difficult, and they only pulled it off in Cold War because it was part of the PlayStation contract for that whole first year of the game's life cycle. But it would be cool. It would be fun. And I think it would do a lot better than some of the other zombies, you know, limited time modes that we've seen. Oh, and we already almost got the camo. How much XP do we even need for this event? That's another thing. You know, make an XP event all you want. Farm off engagement time or whatever you need for the game. But it don't even tell us how much we need with no way to track it in game or nothing. It's just, you know, the bar might go up a little bit. But like, do you see what I mean? This blueprint's really nice. I really like this. You know, it's a nice looking, like, this is the kind of car you'd see outside of a shop that still makes Coca-Cola the old fashioned way. And it's, you know, it's a nice, like, teal blue. Gold or solid metal type. I don't know what I'm saying. It just looks so good. It's taking the words right out of my mouth. This would be a sweet camo. And then we got like this, which I feel like, you know, maybe more of the casual COD. I mean, I wouldn't say casual, but it just seems like more people want more out there camos like this. And they're cool every once in a while, but honestly, a lot of these event camos, I don't even really touch after I unlock them. Like, it's something fun to do, but I kind of want something more subtle, like the old solid color camos from MW2. Because then you can actually, like, make some nice weapon builds or weapon, like, blueprint combinations that actually look decent and stand out more. And it would make your mastery camo stand out more if we don't have so many of these wild looking ones. And then also, it's like they couldn't make up their mind for this one, where it's like half the blueprint and half the camo already. Like, this would have just been cool all as the Nuketown one, like the Nuketown car. All right, I think I've stalled long enough. It's time to get into our Gamer Guy Does Sports Talk segment. I'll try to keep it brief for those of you that don't like sports talk, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I can control the yapping today. Because if you don't know, today, or at least the day I'm recording this, I think it'll go out the next day, the NFL season started for most teams, and my team, the Detroit Lions, had their first game against the Green Bay Packers, and did not go very well for us. They kind of smacked us around. Not good. We didn't look good at all for the most part. Our offensive line, completely out of sync. Our starting center last year retired, so that's a big deal. And then also one of our guards left in free agency to go to another team. So they're just completely not there as a unit. And if you don't have an offensive line, you know, if you're not too football savvy or nothing, basically those are the big guys that block the other big guys and actually make shit work. And if we can't block nobody, we can't run the ball. If we can't run the ball, then we can't fake run the ball to throw the ball. And then nothing happens. And then over on defense, you know, we finally get Aiden Hutchinson back after his leg fucking snapped like a Kit Kat last year. Glad to have him back. But also, we had absolutely no pass rush. It was just a bad time all around. You know, there's little bits of joy here and there, you know, sprinkled in. With my emotional gambling every year on the Lions, sometimes there's a little reward. You know, a few quarters drop out of the machine here. Fitting that we're playing on Jackpot while talking about emotionally gambling. But, at the very end of the game, Isaac Tesla. Oh, we got the camo. Let's go. In the middle of me having my football therapy session. But our rookie wide receiver, Isaac Tesla, at the very end of the game, had an insane touchdown catch where he one-handed that bitch, brought it in, barely got his feet in bounds, and scored, which was cool. Way too little too late. Had no impact on the game, but at least there's a positive note there on the offense. That and Goff played pretty well. I know people are like, oh, you know, I've been seeing people who put pictures of like Dan Orlovsky and be like, Jared Goff without Ben Johnson. When Jared Goff actually had a decent game, he, completed like 31 passes out of 38 attempts, something crazy like that. Threw one pick, one touchdown. The one pick was actually a nuts play by the DB. You know, I'll give Green Bay their credit, as much as I hate to do that. But the DB that picked off Goff made an insane play. I wouldn't really put that on Goff. And a lot of, like, any struggles with the offense was not on Goff today. It was all the offensive line being a giant gaping hole to allow Micah Parsons and company to run right at Goff the second the ball is snapped. Also, you know, can we talk about the elder abuse happening from the Packers organization, completely manipulating, bullying, and attacking Jerry Jones in whatever, you know, whatever they got on him to make them trade away Micah Parsons instead of just, you know, paying him money. There should be an investigation for that. Something needs to happen. We need to get Saul Goodman on the case, or Jimmy McGill, I guess, is when he was specialized in elder law. But not too happy about that. Jerry Jones, you bug-eyed fuck. Why'd you do that? We don't need that. But the other little nugget of joy we had in that game was it was actually a pretty insane play. The play before it, Alex Anzalone, anal zone, almost picked off Jordan Love, but he dropped it. You know, so that was like a moment, little roller coaster there for me. And on the very next play, we have Brian Branch have an insane diving interception, I'm pretty sure it was, against Jordan Love. And he ends up returning it all the way for a touchdown, but wrong. There's a penalty flag for one of our other corners holding before the ball was picked off, so that sucked. And then even if he wasn't holding there was a second flag for Aiden finally getting a hit on Jordan Love after the interception and, you know, knocking him over, blocking him. But he wasn't in the play enough for that to, you know, be him not to be a defenseless player or whatever. You know, there's all these kinds of protections for the quarterbacks in the NFL. So he just kind of blew him up to blow him up, and that would have got drawn back anyways. So I went from yelling, you know, hooting and hollering, my nipples were hard, to Rob sitting down, and then they're flopped over. Anyways, this is what our event camo looks like, and it's either not loading in all the way, or this is just how it looks. And either way, it's definitely a camo that exists. It's one of the camos of all time. Does it look better on my nunchucks? Actually, yes. That makes the chains kind of look crispy. No pun intended. These aren't, it's not that bad. But also, I think I'd rather just like a solid, like black camo, like any solid color camo, to be honest. Well, back to Lions. Is it all doom and gloom? I don't think so. Definitely, you know, was not a good performance. That's for sure. And I think throughout the season, we should get better, hopefully. And, you know, things will start to click and we'll start to get things down. Hopefully the O-line will improve, because if that don't improve, then the entire offense is stuck. But even as bad as I felt about the Lions' performance today, and as bad as some people, Golden, make me want to feel about how the Lions played and want to rub it in, there's no way I could have felt as bad as if you guys are on Zombies Twitter, it's very, very niche, and it was basically 9/11 for one person in particular on there, and it kind of made my day feel insignificant, because on there, you know, you may know him, Kai. He's been on and off tweeting about the Zombies character Maya and her dirty feet, and how much he loves her dirty feet. And, you know, all in good fun, tweeting that out, you know, getting his rocks off on Twitter, all that. But his all his friends, or I don't even know if you call them friends at this point, went ahead and got a cameo of the voice actor of Maya and showed her these tweets and had her record a response video to him, calling it like cringe and calling him weird.
So, Kai, I hear you're a big fan of Maya from Black Ops 6. Very flattered. I am honored to voice Maya, and I get to run around and be silly and say a lot of really awesome and silly things. But I will say, kind of a little like, I don't know, grossed out by the idea of you being obsessed with Maya's feet. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, she kind of took it on the chin, or on the toes, I guess, and just absolutely obliterated them when they dropped this like out of nowhere, just publicly. And honestly, yeah, this week's loss wasn't too bad. Shit happens compared to that. Holy shit. Like I could not believe my eyes when I saw that. That was a hard like 2 minutes and 20 seconds to get through, but also hilarious. But I cannot imagine when the Maya's voice actor was going around looking for roles and landed the BO6 zombies job. And no way could she have thought something like this would have happened. I mean, maybe, you know, somewhere in there, you're like, I'm gonna be dealing with gamers now. This could get weird. I don't think she thought it'd be that weird, because what a bombshell. I mean, she got paid for that cameo and everything, but imagine waking up one day, you know, you're rubbing the crust out your eyes. You look over at your email. Oh, you know, somebody bought a cameo. What do they want? Oh shit, this guy wants my feet, and his friends want to let me know about it. I guess technically not her feet. The character she voices. Their feet, whatever. This is all getting very meta, but it's still just absolutely like what a bombshell to drop on the timeline. But I guess while we're on the topic of zombie stuff, apparently this is supposed to be the week that we get a good amount of zombies news, like going into Monday. So I guess the day that this video is uploaded, if I get it up in time, that we should be getting some news about BO7 zombies. According to, you know, all the people that got insider information or whatever, this is going to be the day that they can actually start saying stuff. So I'm excited to see what they come out with that, because what we've seen so far is basically, you know, the Reckoning cutscene, and that we're going to be getting basically a transit-esque map in BO7 with a, you know, a truck that's got Pack-a-Punch on it, the old crew, the new crew, and not a whole lot else. I don't think they're going to really unveil too much story stuff. Maybe, but it would be cool to see what they go through with like gameplay, if there's going to be a whole lot of changes with that. I don't think it's going to be too significant, but you know, going in from, you know, BO6 to BO7, like a 1 year jump, a lot of people don't think there would be a whole lot of gameplay changes, but just looking at the multiplayer from this year to next year, it already looks pretty different there. So I don't see why they can't add some of those elements into zombies, or make that kind of, or same kind of jumps. We could see some things significant, and see if like any player feedback getting back to them has changed their minds on certain things or not. Like the whole carry forward thing, like it seemed like that was all that confirmed to come in, and then there's a big backlash about that, and then they're just like, you know what, we're not doing it at all. And right now I think the biggest thing that I've seen complain about is like the armor system, and, you know, the big you know, the SEO term or whatever, or the big keyword that everyone's throwing around is zombies is Warzone-ified, with, you know, having to apply armor and all that, and people want to go back to just having a zombie shield. So I wonder if they take that into account and change up how the armor system works in the game. Personally, I wouldn't mind just going to like, I don't know, Cold War's armor system, or just completely removing like scrap or salvage and weapon tiers and armor in general, and maybe just add like a next Pack-a-Punch tier or something. I don't know. Some new perks, not like some perks reused from older games and just brought back, and then we slowly get them throughout the game's life cycle until we have the full roster. Like maybe some actually brand new perks, like the newest perk that we've gotten, I mean, besides Melee Macchiato, in my mind I don't count that, even though it is like a brand new perk, but one that could be more universally used through with like more weapon classes besides just melees. Like the newest perk we got is like Elemental Pop, and that kind of just takes aspects from, you know, Electric Cherry, and then combining that with like ammo mod usage. I think if they were to use any older game perks, it would be cool to see some BO6 or BO4 perks return. So I feel like I never really delved too deep into using a lot of those. I kind of just, you know, with that perk system, you just pick the 4 perks or whatever you want on the map and use those, and I just picked the ones that I knew worked pretty good. So it'd be cool to see those added back in or something. I don't know. I don't really know what to expect with the info dump coming in, because from, I mean, I haven't seen a whole lot of his take on it, but just, you know, through the grapevine, it doesn't seem like Milo or Mr. Raffle Waffles is very happy with the direction it's going. But then there's other people that are excited just for new zombies in general and all that. Like, I don't think I'm at a point where I'm like, oh, this is all Warzone-ified, I don't like this or whatever. Like, I've come to enjoy basically every iteration of zombies besides Vanguard, really, where I like the different systems they got, and it's fun to see them try to innovate and do something different. Like, I really wasn't expecting to like Modern Warfare zombies, and it ended up being a lot of fun for me. So I'm all for innovation and changing things up. Things don't always have to stay the same. Like those games will always be there for the most part, and you'll always be able to go and play those old like systems or whatever if that's what you like. But sometimes I agree there is some like changes or things they add into the game that don't really feel necessary and feel like not even a step towards innovation or towards what the community wants, and kind of just like who asked for this type thing, you know? And speaking of not innovating or progressing, I still haven't gotten a gold yet. I think we're pretty close here on this AS Valley. I just need a few more like double kills or something. And then I can also do my nunchucks and get those done. I at least want to get into the 30s for our diamond weapons. And I think I just need to get like a few more ARs gold. Like I have a lot of them either gold or at Red Tiger. So I could be getting the ARs up to diamond today. Now my melees, I already have diamond, but they've added in so many different melees that I could just keep doing them. And I think I got like 2 that are basically about ready to start doing the special in the mastery camos on those. Oh, and there's gold. Let's go. And I don't think we're getting too much done on jackpot with our nunchucks. So let's just knock these out real quick on stakeout. I put in my time on a ADHD 2 foot or 2 square feet big map. Now we need to get shit done. But you know what? Another thing I gotta say about this event, something they really did right is it actually does fit into the theming of, you know, Black Ops quite a bit better than a lot of the other stuff that we've seen. Like I was just complaining about the crazy ass camos and wanting to have something a little more grounded, but the actual like cosmetics for this event are pretty good. Like it's not Beavis and Butthead, you know, we're not gonna get some cell shaded shit like Stan Smith right there, or something that has like no business being in COD or just like don't fit, that just feels like it's sticking out like a sore thumb. All the rewards for this are like all Nuketown themes. Like it's all, you know, the blueprints themed after the cars on Nuketown, or the operators being the mannequins that are supposed to be on Nuketown. Like that's not bad overall, and I think if they kind of stick with the same kind of thinking when it comes to cosmetics coming to the game, unless it is like a collab or something with something that takes place during that timeline or could feasibly take place during that timeline. Like for this, it should have been just like 90s movies and stuff if they're gonna add collabs. And then for BO7, since it's supposed to take place in like 2035, maybe then they can get into something a little more futuristic. Like I don't know, I would just like more them trying to fit things more into the theming in the art style of the game than just like, oh, you know, we can just throw this over a player model and that's good. And I know I'm beating another dead horse with a big cartoonish mallet here, but I think a lot of people share the same sentiment. Just have one big cohesive look and then work inside of that look. And I think that's where the skins look a lot more creative and a lot more eye-catching, or at least it makes things that you actually work for and unlock look more eye-catching, like in Modern Warfare 2019, where if somebody had Damascus, you could see it on their gun just, you know, on the map. Like walk around and be like, oh shit, that guy's already got Damascus, or that guy's got Damascus on this gun. Damn. In this game, there's so many crazy different event camos and blueprints and things like that. I hardly ever even see people using dark matter. And if they are, I ain't gonna notice it unless I'm specifically watching a kill cam. And I think that would also give people a lot more incentive in you drive up engagement if the things that they actually like spent time with like going to earn and playing and working towards stood out more and were more of like an achievement thing, instead of just like, you know, here's some busy work for you to do to get a little dopamine, which I think it's come down to. Maybe that's why I haven't really messed with multiplayer a whole lot. Because in zombies, no matter what, I feel like I'm going to have a good time in solo. And then just working towards something just feels nice. But in multiplayer, you know, I'm not dropping nukes or nothing, so I'm not hopping on here to go drop an 80 kill game, no deaths. And the camos and stuff are cool or whatever, but the challenges aren't too challenging. And it don't really feel like it means anything to go and get that mastery camo, since some of them are so easy and no one's even going to see it. No, but maybe less yapping, more slapping. Oh, there's gold. Easy. Now we just need 3 kills without dying with these, and we'll have diamond. That should be diamond for the nunchucks. Finally, let's go. That took way longer than it needed to. The ARs should feel like a breeze now. There's gold. Oh, and we finally finished the event. I've been playing for a long time, maybe like 2.5 hours. And we finally just got it done after we only needed like 2 more tiers. Oh, I was on a fucking streak and a half. Is that guy's name Bill Cosby's cock? No, I saw what I wanted to see. And there's gold. So now I can finally start working on diamond for these ARs. There's our first AR diamond. About 5 more to go or something like that. And then we'll have at least be able to start Darkspine, right? Ooh, diamond number 2. How do you do? And another one. And another. Oh, and with that diamond, I think we can officially go for Darkspine. I think we finally hit our 33 diamonds. Oh, and we actually did get Darkspine. What is the challenge? Just getting, like, triple kills? That's honestly not bad at all for hardcore, for any bullet weapon. I've been playing for too long. Get me out of here. Oh, let's go, dude. That's 1 out of the 33 that we need for dark matter. But that's a lot of progress. Let me go look at this. Ooh, look at that. And look at me. Who else taking till September to get Darkspine? Ain't no one. Ain't nobody work at my pace. My pace is unique. And honestly, not a bad looking mastery camo. It's over the top, but not like too over the top. At least for right now. I'm sure I'd get sick of it later, but I'm glad that we made a fat amount of progress towards dark matter. And tell me with a straight face that this wouldn't have been an amazing event camo. Oh, it's not too late to change it, Treyarch. And you know what? The idea's on me. You haven't got to credit me. I would just love to have this as a camo for everything. But that's it. Bye.